ready to go with V input output, so take it away, V.
Hi, I'm V input output. You may know me as the person who said about 2 words during the Sun and Moon run. I'm gonna get a quick run through of my couch, and then we'll get started. Go ahead.
Who wants to start?
You start.
I'm toothpickwilly.
I'm Gelly.
I'm Evie.
Whoa. All right, with that, we're gonna take it away. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, you start.
All right, so this is 140. It's an esoteric rhythm game, rhythm platformer.
Yeah, so...
Oh, this game has orbs. Plenty.
No, it has keys. They're called keys in the code. They will be called keys, and I will learn nothing else.
They're orbs. They're orbs.
So most of this game depends on...
You ready for orbs, crowd?
Can I explain the beat pattern? All right, so there's a beat cycle where you can only hand in these keys every 3/7 of a second. And so this is basically the only increments that you can gain or lose time in, except for one marked exception, which we will note near the end of it. So a lot of these strats depend on making sure you make it to the right beat. Most of us aren't music theoreticians, but we have numbers for the particular quarter beat that the measure lands on. So for example, in 1/1, the optimal beat is 3, if that makes any sense. So if I say something is a 3 or a 1, hopefully that clears that up. So this is the first attempt at an early activation here. Let's see. Oh, that's a miss, but you have a backup. All right, so this will get the second best pattern, which I believe is a 2. And yeah, so now we're heading up to the first skip here, 1-3. As you will see, there will be a series of 3 rising blocks, and that's where the skip will begin. Coming off of the second block here, you have to optimize how you come off of it in order to make this cycle to jump on top of this block. Yeah, there we go, we got it. We're not quite done yet. Got to line all of this up. It's very particular. Shoutouts to Game Guy for coming up with a lot of the secondary setup. Saved 7 seconds.
There we go.
That saved 7 seconds. All right.
Oh, by the way, that little circle is the orb, so...
You torture me. Oh, this might actually make the earliest.
To the jump.
Oh, there it is. All right. So I should have explained, if an orb goes very fast, that means that it just barely had enough time to catch that bus, perhaps, the particular cycle that was necessary, and so that means a more optimal setup.
All right, so we're about to come up on probably one of the most infamous skips, that being the groom. We'll get to why it's named that way later. So yeah, this has been theorized for a very long time. So what we're gonna do is we're going to do an edge catch on the side of one of the ledges to catch the orb as it's going down after it bows back up. And that will wind up saving 6 beats.
This is a very precise skip. It's frame and position perfect.
Want to talk about the edge catch?
I will get there after this. Oh, a little early there. Okay, so the way that an edge catch is intended is if you land on an... Y'all, if you land on an edge and then the next frame you fall off of it, you actually regenerate your jump, but you actually maintain all of your downward momentum. And this game actually gives you 11 frames of leniency after rolling off of an edge in order to jump, which is called coyote time or a coyote jump. And so being able to make that edge catch, you can jump a lot more. Oh yeah, elevator skip. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Saves another 7 seconds there. Easiest skip in the game. Yeah. All right. Would you like to explain 1-5 for us?
Okay, so 1-5 is the exception to the beat rule. For whatever reason, we even asked the developer about this. He basically just shrugged it off. But yeah, the end for this isn't on every beat, it's on every quarter of a beat. So we have to especially optimize the end of this level because it's basically every like 0.1 seconds.
There is a skip that Vile will be going for here that saves, I think, 3.5 because the cycle here is 2 measures where you can make an earlier jump here. It's particularly easier, but it's actually the optimization coming out of it that happens to be a lot harder. So let's see. Very good. That's very good. So that saves 3.5 by not having to wait for the block to drop under you.
Nice.
That looks
very good. Very good. And yeah, so you can tell it went
very good
instantly, and that Now we're on to boss 1. Hey, wait, where are you going?
What did I do? No.
Oh, you gonna make it?
It's very quiet.
Come on.
Yeah. Right. So there's a little bit of waiting time that it gives you, and that was a nice shout out to our boy Z237, who does that every single run without fail as long as he makes it here. So that was a little cute shout out to him. For 2-0.
Yeah, so this boss is the only relevant RNG to the run. The way it spawns and the way it wobbles is random, and that affects the positioning of the last square. And we need to be as far right as possible.
Yeah, that was
you
for
got it.
perfect.
Very
That was
good.
probably the
Wow.
fastest
Yeah.
activation.
They got 2-0, which is almost impossible to
Yeah,
get.
so we got the farthest right we possibly could when we teleport back to the hub, since it's a relative teleport. And obviously, the farther to the right you are, the faster you can get to the platform.
So with a lot of this level, it's mostly straightforward from a technical perspective. So if y'all would like to toss in about 30 to 60 seconds of donations, that'd be rad.
Wonderful. I have a donation here from Zet
Yeah.
for
Hey.
$140. He says, I'm really proud of you, V. Make this an ESOTERIC 140 run. Donating this towards the all levels incentive. I will donate another $180 if V gets either edge catch skip of the run first try, which I believe that happened.
Not quite.
No,
not
Did
quite.
it? Not yet? Not
We
yet?
still have the second one.
All right, the second one. All right. Your friend Dozette, Purple Heart.
Love you.
Thanks, Zet. Should we explain esoteric?
Shout outs to Vulgen.
Shout outs to Vuligen, who, when we asked why 140 was rejected, he called it an esoteric puzzle platformer or something like that. And
This was like way back.
we love the word esoteric now. And now that we got it in GDQ, what's up? What's up?
It's been a good sport about it, so thank you, Vulgen.
Thank you very much. Yeah. One more donation?
Yeah, well, I'd like to give a little update. We're up to $3,700 out of that $5,000 incentive, so we're getting closer.
Yeah.
We're getting closer. Keep donating, folks. I have $140 here from Stroger, who says 140 is one of my favorite games, and I could barely believe it when I saw it on the schedule, so naturally I had to donate. Thank you, everyone, for making GDQ happen. Have some money.
All right, so coming up is the leap of faith. We can use a coyote jump to make it a lot easier to get under this little bar of static.
Very
There we go.
good, very good. That was a lot harder than it looked. In the short duration, you can just barely make it under. It's about a 2-frame window if you don't make a coyote, which I think Vio didn't. So hats off, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm usually bad at actually doing a coyote there, so I've gotten used to just the harder setup for it.
Fantastic. As for 2-3, a little bit of a legacy explanation, and I should explain the multiple versions. The game originally came out in 2013, and it had a variety of interesting tech to it that got patched out in the 2015 release, which has pretty much no tricks and was available for consoles. And then in 2017, level 4 was added, and the physics were tweaked, and that allows for edge catches and so on and so forth. So back in the 2013
Ooh.
version, very good
Swag.
very good swag.
It doesn't
Back in
actually save
2013,
the time.
this trick right here was frame perfect, but hopefully we get it without having,
Oh,
oh, where did audio go? Fantastic.
there we go.
That's
never happened before.
oh, wow. So,
Audio kind of, the game runs based on its audio, so everything kind of froze there because the audio cut out for whatever reason.
oh,
That's actually really
that
interesting.
was the game's fault. Oh, wow. Rad. Yeah, never seen that before. Marathon stuff. 2-4 is relatively simple from an intended perspective, so if y'all would like to toss in a donation, that'd be cool.
Sure thing. I have a $25 donation here from Tyler Glale, who says 140 is one of my favorite tiny games, so let's see all the levels.
Awesome. One more.
I have a donation here for $133.70, a very elite donation indeed from Zertrov. Such a great rhythm platformer. Let's get that all levels train going.
Just to explain as sort of my take on the all levels thing, the hardest trick in the game and the only sequence break is in level 4. So if we could get that, we could see one of the nuttest tricks ever devised in this game. So,
All right, so here there's a really difficult cycle to catch. If you time your fall just correct, just right with the gravity, you can catch the orb like that, but a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
And get the early cycle.
Which is cycle 1. I think that was cycle 4, perhaps.
That was on 1. The early is on 4.
Oh, I don't
So
know.
this is boss 2.
Who has the selfie phone?
I got him.
All right. Hey.
This boss is so easy. Yo!
All right.
You could basically do this boss blindfolded.
Pretty
like,
much.
First or second try.
People have, I'm pretty sure. I think all the bosses have been done blindfolded, but this is the one that most people have done. All of this is pre-baked, done ahead of time, and the third stage is once you understand it relatively cake. So more donations, sure.
Oh wait, no. First,
Wait.
yeah, plug the soundtrack for this game.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can, if you hear the music now, it's a jam. It's jamming. Huge shout outs to Jakob Schmid, who did the soundtrack for this game. You can buy the soundtrack with the game on Steam, and the soundtrack version of all of these songs are like 10 times better. So be sure to do that.
Yeah, and also shout outs to Jeppe Carlson, who made this game, puzzle designer on Limbo and Inside. Fantastic guy. Fantastic guy. Yeah, let's do a donation. Let's do it.
Sure thing. I was going to say this whole game is a bop. it just really is. Well, I have a $5 donation here from Flamewalker with lots of love from Germany.
All right. Should we explain GG Bride now?
Yeah, let's do that.
probably start.
All right, so the next trick coming up is the infamous bridge. There are 3 different skips for it. The original one was the Game Guy bridge, which Zet mistyped one day into Discord, calling it Bride, and we've called it Bride ever since, and that's where the names for the rest of our skips came from.
The disappointing wedding meta. There was a way to shortcut the first block, and so we called that the Widow because, you know. And then the final thing is we're able to use a very complicated edge skip here, and we call it mill skip. So.
Also known as mother-in-law.
Oh.
Come on, you got
got this.
I will get this.
If you do this
Couple
optimally,
more.
it saves around 2 I want to say
2.7.
yeah,
sounds about
2.7.
right. Oh.
Oh, too late coming back. All right, one more try.
Oh.
So close. All right, we're gonna do it the intended way.
There's multiple frame leniency windows that have to be caught in order to make that work fully. It's a real shame that we couldn't quite get there, but it is, the first input is a right and a jump on the same frame, and the position is particular, and it's all sorts of wags.
If we do get the all levels, though, you will see an edge catch.
Yeah.
Because we will not stop until we get that one.
Right.
The more not stopping, the more time to reach the incentive, right?
Right. Oh, very close. Yeah.
That trick is harder than it looks. That kills a lot of my runs.
No Z up.
Yeah. Why didn't you do that? A lot of this entire section is cake-ish if you practiced enough, but once your nerves start coming from getting a good 3-1,
That's right.
you run directly into a static wall and die, and it's just very sad. We have many highlights of sadness in case anyone's interested in joining the community. In the game, perhaps. So, oh yeah, and this all comes down to the fact that there's the Wheel of Misfortune up here, which is a 5-beat cycle, so if you die more
9
often
seconds gone.
9 seconds than gone is just toast, right?
It's another orb.
No, it's a key.
Now there are orbs.
And we're coming up on Eevee skip, not Orb.
Okay. So, I don't know, they named this skip after me. So basically what we can do is the orb moves around at the end of this level, and we can do a coyote jump to catch it, and it doesn't even look like you should be able to catch it, but you do, and that winds up saving 4 cycles over the intended strat.
Yeah, it's very precise here.
This may or may not work because I had to stutter in the air a little bit.
The backup is that skip, which is what was used before this was found.
All right, let's see if we get that skip.
Very
Ooh,
good.
nice.
That's a good Zek skip. Yeah, that's a fast
Yeah,
one
that
too.
was good.
Very
That's
good.
right.
About
Very
2
good.
cycles over the intended way.
So this is the last level before 3 boss, so get those donations in.
Yeah.
We are currently sitting at $3,900 out of $5,000 needed, so we still need $1,100.
We can do it, guys.
Should
This
intentionally.
level is.
I need a
fairly-
hero.
Yeah.
Swag.
This level is fairly easy up until the end, so we can read out donations until it's time.
Well, all right. Well, I have a $25 donation here from Thing Nasty, who says, "Good luck on the run. Shout outs to everyone backstage running the show. You guys are the unsung heroes."
Another one.
I have a $25 donation here from Lythar Wolf that says, "In honor of my mother's recovery from breast cancer and because today is her birthday, I felt it best to donate to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. I've been a long-time viewer of GDQ, and every year is another year I feel so blessed to have my mother around in my life. Here's to another 10 years of GDQ."
All right, so we're coming up on the Dream Crusher. It crushes your dreams if you're nervous, literally. Yeah, it's just a set of fairly precise inputs. It's nothing too hard if you aren't nervous.
That's the first.
But of
hard one.
course, being right at the end of the any percent run, it gets nerve-wracking if you're on PB pace.
The second one. That's the third one. Very good. Very good.
Orb!
All right. This is boss 3. So.
You can talk about it. You did this
Oh,
blindfolded.
sure. All right. So this is 3 stages of 8 laser firings each. The cycle is designed in such a way where you can't let go of the keyboard. So basically, if you fire in a direction, you can't let go. And so this actually happens to be manipulatable from a probability perspective, how it works in the code, in such a way where it's humanly possible to do this blindfolded based on the most likely one. And so, I don't know, 2017, 2018, I decided, hey, let's do it. And in an hour and 50 minutes, I'm doing this boss. I've done this boss blindfolded. I know Vi is tearing it up in, a minute and a half? But
Yeah, I need to hear a readout for all levels.
Oh. Yeah, are we doing all levels?
Well, it looks like we are at $4,079 out of 5,000.
All right, this is a good shot. Appreciate the donations, y'all. All the runs are on SR Comics.
Oh no.
Oh no, you
Oh.
died. Oh no, we gotta get
We're
time.
gonna get back on.
We've got more time. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is the last boss. Would you like to do shout outs, Vi?
I would like to shout out everyone in the Discord. I'm off cycle right now, so it's actually kind of difficult.
It's hard to talk during this boss. I think.
All right. We'll just finish it up then.
That was a great effort by the donators, though, to reach
Yeah,
the goal.
thank you
We
so
came close.
much.
All right, we're on the 3rd cycle. This is intended to be the hardest, but we have a pretty good strat for it.
Oh yeah, it's
I
off
was
like
on the one, so we'll make it easier for
Yeah.
myself.
You can line up all the rotations. So you just point at the triangle each time except for 2 instances, one being here.
And what's happening here is the player triangle is moving automatically once and then twice, and it's alternating. That's what makes it a little bit tricky here.
Yeah,
All right, we're coming up on time.
Alright. Time.
very good. Very good. And now you can do shout outs.
Okay, yeah, I have
So
a
sorry.
note for myself. It's all good. Yeah, everyone in the 140 in Thoth Discord, if you're interested in joining our community, we have a link to it on speedrun.com. Shout out to speedrun.com. Specifically, I want to thank Dalit, PSVM, and Uncle Ronnie for helping with the auto splitter and speedrun mod for this game. Shout outs to Golf, and also shout outs to some Envy friends I met for my last run, Softbody, at SGDQ. Hallow, who does music on SoundCloud, Ben Enns, who writes some great stuff if you're over 18, and Holly and Nick, thank you for being great friends. That's it from me. And that's 140. There you go.
All right, I have, of course, a few more donations here. Pretty interesting donation, a $2,000 donation from 1D8 plus 3. No comment, you know, just $2,000. We're very grateful. I have a $50 donation here from RRR that says, holy crap, it's Floppy Hat Girl. Props to you. It's always fun spotting you in the crowd. Incentive is your choice. Keep on rocking. Well, I have had fun rocking the mic, but my time here is done. Don't worry, I'm leaving you in good hands with Crunchy Lex.
Hello, AGDQ. My name is Crunchy Lex, and it is Real Gamer Hours. I don't know about all you all, but I am running on a very unhealthy combination of adrenaline and caffeine, but I'm feeling great. And I hope all you all are too. So I'm very excited about this upcoming Squidlet run. It's going to be real great. So as I'm getting settled in here, I have been keeping my eye on some of these upcoming bid incentives, and there's a couple of VVVVVV incentives: upgrade to glitchless 100% and Super Gravitron. Now, anyone who's played the game is very familiar with the Super Gravitron, and I was watching some practice on this one over in the practice room, and that is one you definitely want to see. And me personally, I would love to see some glitchless 100%. So those are sitting at 7,900 of 10,000 for the glitchless hundo and 535 of 10,000 for Super Gravitron. So that's coming up pretty quickly here. So let's see if we can't get those met, because that is a super cool run. Now, while they're finalizing the setup here, let's just jump back into some all y'all's donations. We've got $140 from Kichen, who says $140 for 140. Greetings from Germany. $25 from John M85. Shout out to the late night front row entertaining us UK dwellers. $50 from TC23. First time watching GDQ. Great stream, great cause. Good job, everyone. We have $100 from Jake M. Thank you, AGDQ, for continuing to support such a great cause. Thank all of you for your continued amazing generosity. For those of you who may just be joining us, we are raising money here this week for the Prevent Cancer Foundation, which is a charity founded in 1985, US-based nonprofit with a mission to save lives across all populations through cancer prevention and early detection. By focusing their work through research, education, outreach, and advocacy, their vision is to stop cancer before it starts. You want to know more about the PCF and their mission, you can check it out for yourself at preventcancer.org. We have $25 from Sally Feather. My husband loves watching AGDQ and got me into it as well. We took the week off from work to watch. Honk! Here's one that I think reflects what we're all thinking. $200 from the Vanished Man, who just says, wow, pretty great. $50 from Chewy Lemon. I've had a couple of family members recently diagnosed with various forms of cancer, so let's kick cancer to the curb. Could not agree more. All right, $5 from Kayla146. Thanks to everyone who runs and participates in this event. It's always a blast to watch. And speaking of a blast, guess what, everybody?